Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back to the Lavender Overhang, where we are officially on main branch update 7. Not that it's going to change anything for us, really, other than some back-end things that are allowing us to get a couple of our liked mods back, hoping that the rest of the ones I like will get updated soon, like simple triggers and all that fun stuff. I haven't seen that they are updated yet, so we'll wait on those, but we are waiting impatiently. But anyways, in the last episode, we got the observatory done and staffed. We worked on a little bit more down here, finishing out some of that. We planned out some of more expansion over here so that hopefully we can try and get in a what do they call it? Centrifuge. I would like to get a centrifuge up and running today. If we can get enough science, which, whoa, yes, we are fine on science. That's not going to be a stumbling block, I think, ever again. Which I think means that we can work on some of our housing today and get rid of some of these that we no longer need, which will be nice. We are continuing work on getting the dam wall over here complete, and they got another chunk of these done, so we need to build that up again. They are working on the dynamite down here in the bottom of this reservoir. Which I'm kind of changing my mind on what I wanted to do there. So we might pause dynamiting and let that just simmer for a bit while I figure it out. We are in the middle of 12 more days of Badtide at the moment, so that is going to be a problem for us. We do need to, I think, now that we can, put in sluice gates here on the bottom and build up wallage and dams over here. I think that might behoove us to do now that we can. And then, like I was discussing in the last episode, these areas where we have these floodgates, I think those could also use a switch to sluices, if that makes sense. So everywhere we have floodgates right now could probably be changed over to sluice gates pretty easily, without a problem, including over here, which the opening I think could be a little bit wider so that then the bad water leaves a little bit better. Also could be a little lower for that respect. We did talk about last time putting in a large wood storage here using the bobbing around extra large pile, which I think we probably still will do this episode. So we got a bunch of things we can putter at today. I know it's never a very quick progression here on this particular playthrough, but we're getting there. This is episode 29, and if you haven't already seen the other episodes, I will stick a card to the playlist in that area. Okay, so let's see here. If I can get my guys moving, let's get us into some daylight so it's a little easier to see. I'm actually going to put us on triple speed. We're doing a little bit better at paying attention to things. It's not quite so drastic now that if I forget something, we're going to all die and have to restart for a fourth time. We do have this guy set to sluice us off some water when it gets to a certain point down here, though it doesn't really help this guy right there. Whoa, they must not have a lot to do. Let's put in some more of the walls here for these guys, and then they will have something to do. We need a couple of platforms right here, because we technically need our sluices to be right there. I'm actually wondering, should we make our lives a little easier? And I think we might. Let's go ahead and take this out. Excuse me, my voice is a little rough this morning. Sorry about that. Oops, that was not where I meant to go. Let's go ahead and high prioritize this. And yeah, they're gonna have to take up that, so let's get that out of there too. We'll let them do that. They can get to all of those areas. Yep, they can. All right, what else are they working on right now? I think they're working up here in the industrial district where we started. But it looks like we're out of ladders. Oh, that's kind of silly. Which way did we have that running? Yeah, that way. We'll let them do that. I do wanna come in here and let's chop off that top so they don't start building some of those. It looks like we could put in the overhangs for this as well. We're gonna need a stairwell up to that at some point. Oh, we needed the 6s, which we can do. Ah, how nice is that? That is the correct spot, right? It's not. Why can't I do? Yeah, there. Yes, we want to spend those science points. We are going to need a ladder over here too, though. Let's go ahead and put it. I guess right here. Maybe like that. Okay. Oh, this one's going to have to be a shorter one because we're going to bring the power up there. I remember now. Starting to remember. I'm starting to remember. Because we're going to bring the power line up from right there. Okay. All right, let's look at over here. Oh, there went our water from right there, which means that now we need to turn those guys on, which probably means we also need to turn this guy on. All right. Very good, very nice. We did manage to not segregate all of this. We still have some contamination here. So I'm wondering if levees no longer work to control contamination. Good question, eh? I can't believe this guy is still working. That many days into the drought and it's still pumping water. I wonder if that's not a possibility anymore for levees to block contamination. Interesting. Okay. That's not exactly cool. I'm also wondering, okay, can we fit a few if we throw some of these in here, where they're not going to bother anything, they're not going to be in our way for paths or building or anything like that. Can we get rid of those? Now, let's see here. I think we might have to do some yanking out of things. Let's see here. Let's, that guy's open. I'm gonna pause this guy and open this guy. Right? Because we're gonna need to get back here if we're going to put in that large storage. We also are going to need to... How big is that thing? Where are you? Where are you? We just need a little bit out of that row. Okay, let's unplant this. And then we're probably gonna have to rip that out. And where is our door gonna end up here? Right there. So we're gonna need to rip out these two as well. Looks like the rest of that could have stayed planted. So let's do that quick. Let's put that back in there. Are they gonna say this is too far from district, cannot be reached? Darn, we need to move all of that stuff. So let's get them working on that. Let's see how far they can get on that. Oh, they got all of this in. Oh. Oh, y'all see what I'm seeing. That was probably not the best thing to have done. I didn't realize that there was a gaping hole there. That leads right down to our lower level. That leads right down to our lower level, people. So yeah, that's not going to work. We're going to have to... we're going to have to cover that. Which is going to be a problem because we don't... Well, shoot. I guess I probably should have looked at the view there, huh? Okay. So let's see here. They're not going to be able to reach that now. So maybe we do this. I don't know why I didn't even think of that. I don't know why. That wasn't even in my brain. That was a possibility. I think I want that. Wow. Okay. That's all right. Oops. Y'all see that genius move I just did right there? Let's mark it the lowest priority so they never build it. Okay, how am I gonna do this? I can't... I mean, I suppose we could let it just drain down there. But I don't think that's gonna work either. Let's detonate that, and then that's gonna be a 3. If I take it down one more, I should be able to do a... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's... You know what? Let's not do that one. Sorry, try not to sneeze there. Okay. Let's pop priority on that one and see if we can get RL going on here. What are we doing on here on the waterfront? We have 2.4 days left. And then it will be the mad dash to get all of the... I'm just gonna switch this guy now. Come on, can we do this one little piece of dynamite, please? Oh, it's there. They just need to build it. All right. What were we? We were trying to figure out how to get... That is empty. Which means we can get a path back here. We can plant those guys up. We might actually extend this path over to here a little bit and see if they'll take care of some of these trees. Did we get this dynamite in? We did. We did. All right, so let's detonate that. Then we will put in that 3, and then we can put in a second 3, and then we can put a couple of levees there and some impermeable floor there. There we go. It's fine. You know what? I think I'm just gonna, for the sake, the ease of building this, we're gonna just move this over a row. All right, and then we are going to go, yeah, let's do 4. And also for, just in case, we'll put dams up there. I think. Will that... Oh, Badtide ended. Let's pause quickly. Because I need to be able to come over here. I also need my water on. Oops, wrong button. All right, let's see how... Let's go to 2s here. Let's see how quickly this tops back up. I am going to pause this guy, pause this guy. Let's see if we can't get a little bit more of this water cleared. We need to close those. We don't want the... Because as soon as I open these, then we are going to have a problem. Yep, there's that bad water. We have the same thing over here, which I think last time I was able to do a little jury rigging here and flush it. And I'm gonna Oh no, our hole in the ground. I forgot about our hole in the ground. Okay. Darn it, it just flushed bad water right there. Oofda. Oofda. Okay, I need to get that immediately built. Holy cats, that was... Oh. I'm gonna assume there were, like, no beavers, like, right there because of... can we pause for a second? I can't see anything in the dark. Alright, okay, this got flushed now, so that needs to go down. This one needs to go to 1.75, I think it was. This one, it needs to go to 0.9. This one is fine. This one needs to go down. This one needs to go to open. That is already open. This one needs to go to 0.5, I think it was. We're going to have to adjust that one. Gosh darn it. You know what? I'm going to... I don't want this to go flooding through there. I'm going to go... Whoop. No. Pause again and close. I don't think we got that flushed is the only thing. This needs to go to 0.95. This one here needs to go to 0.5, I think it was, in order to not flood everything. Then these ones need to go to, I think it was 8. Not 8.5. Not 7.5, 8. We need to open our pumps. Okay. All right, single speed. I think that should flush that. I'm gonna make it go a little faster. All right, let's go back up to... Release the water, please. Theoretically, we shouldn't have any more water coming out of here because it's going to fill here, it's going to fill this, and then it is going to come out here. So we should be okay here. That's back to 0.9. Why? This one here. Okay. And these ones need to come up a little bit higher. I really want some simple triggers. All right. Can we go double and not, like, kill the world? Whoa. What is going on there? Why is this quite so high? I don't want it quite so high. We are still flooding everything. Why? Why are we flooding everything? Okay. All right, I think we've done it. I think we've done it. Okay. Nope, we're still flooding. Why are we still flooding? Gosh darn it. All right. There we go. I think we've accomplished it. How are we doing on this? Slowly but surely. We should have all the materials for that. That's why I don't quite understand why it is taking quite so long. Okay, then we are going to... Wait a second. That one's completely useless to us. The water can't get to the sluice. What was I thinking there? That one is completely useless. Yes, we do need this one right here. Okay. That can come out. And that can come out. This one needs to become... Oh no, a drought! A drought! That one needs to become that. Pause. Because I need to finish this. And then we can think about the... Honestly, I don't know if I want those there. Or if those should be another set of sluices, which we can't put right on the world border. Sure. All right. Okay, we have 5.2 water. So in that respect, we're really good. We were working on this, the ever expansion of the water area so that we could do some cutesy stuff down here with the housing. So, shall we continue that? I'm not so worried about the water now. It's just a matter of let's make sure everything gets full this time, unlike the last couple of times, so that we aren't having to irrigate everything in the world. Let's have him make sure that is completely tapped up. I'm going to pause him for right now. Go find something else to do. We started with 43 beavers. We're up to 44. We only have one empty bed, so that is always a bit of a... Let's see. Okay, so that's the path. So we need 2 there, and then we can... That's a 4. A couple of overhangs there. And then, oh, we need 2 more. Two more platforms. And then our 4s again. Then we have the ability to put in the next row of tanks. Another 4. Which would get rid of these 4 right here. Alright. We could conceivably, like over here, put in impermeable floors over top of this and see if we could stop that from flooding there. But I don't know that it'll be 100% worth it. All right, we have 2.2 days. Did we get any of this over here built? Our beavers have been perpetually living on an 18 or 20-hour day. They're at 18 right now, so I think they're probably pretty good, but we might move that guy. We're gonna put right, and then we would be able to make our path come straight across there if we move the campfire. Where we would move the campfire to, though, I am not 100% certain. Not at all. Not at all. Okay. 1.7 days. Can we start? I always do it too early and then we end up with flooding everywhere. Our problem is this blockage, this one wide tunnel that comes through here with our water. That's part of the reason why we have an issue. This is literally at top height already. It's just a matter of closing this guy. Hey, look at that. They got that done. Very good, very nice. We just need them to move this metal and then we can start boosh over here and expand this end. I think we might take this all the way like back into this corner. But it's just a matter of them getting rid of this metal before they do that. And I think our metal warehouses are pretty much full. 1.3 days. All right, we need to figure out the housing thing. How are we going to make this look good and pretty? It kind of needs these 4 tanks to go away so that we have space. You can't see levels in here anymore, which is kind of a problem. All of that stuff there. This guy is already fairly high. It's just going to be a matter of shutting it off at the right time. I wish I knew what the actual ease off was. Like what time of day it started slowing down. Because that's always the problem. You start too early in the day and then everything gets messed up. Messed up. Our water storage is full. We have 5.6K water and our water storage is full. Absolutely full. We're at 0.7 days. All right, we're gonna take a chance here. I'm gonna hit pause just because I don't want to have everything go haywire here. I'm gonna put this at 0.95. Okay, that's almost full. Then we're gonna put this one at you know what, that one actually could be just a touch lower for the beginning here. That one can go to 9.5 as well. Then that's already full. I am going to go 0.75 there. Then I am going to switch that to auto. Right? And I'm going to go to 1 speed and see. We are going to flood the world again. Why is that not stopping? Why is it not stopping? It is closed. But it's still got water pouring out of it. Why does it say it's closed and it's still pouring water out? That makes no sense to me. This up here should be filling up. Okay. Okay. And then this guy, let's take it to 0.9. This guy, he's about to overflow as well. Get that guy filled up. It should theoretically spill out here before it spills out here, and it does look like that is partially closed. And there we go. We're at 0.3. Ooh. No, I guess we are not closed. We are not closed. It's okay. We'll flood for a second. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. I am going to go ahead and close that. And this, we might overflow, we might not. We're starting to flood there. Now when I want it to go faster, it doesn't go faster. Let's take it to 2, see what it does. All right, that stopped there. Let's close that. That did flush us a little bit more water into the bottom, which is great. This guy here, he is as full as he is going to get and trying to overflow. But that's all right. This guy over here has equalized. And there it is. Ooh, 20 days. 20 days of drought. Well, I can tell you this. We're probably not going to see the end of that. Let's go to 3 times. We are all good to go on everything, I think. So we're just going to let that run. All right. How are we doing on some of this stuff? None of this over here is actually prioritized, so I don't think it actually is getting done. And like I said, all of our water is currently full, so that means we can't really do much. Let's see here. Trying to see, can we get in another water pump or another water tank here? But that's going to be the problem because of that guy right there. We're not going to be able to get around. Well, that kind of sucks. Because another water tank like right here would be really nice. I can't change the direction on the ladder, otherwise we will not be able to get down. All right, can we, I'm gonna pop priority on those two. I would like to get this larger log storage in. We are rapidly going through logs, and we just took away one of our storages, so. And they are working on this. Let's get a path across this. I think we might come back in here and put in one floodgate as a release dam. Just in case. A just in case release. I'll put it at like, you know, maybe a couple of them. I'll put them at like 0.95 or something like that. Just in case we happen to overfill that whole area. This guy needs to be on auto. We still have this funky area where the water interacts with overhanging blocks. Which is, you know, it hasn't changed since the original change to those overhangs. I don't know if it doesn't do that in a new map. You know what I mean? Alright, so they are working rather heartily on that. We'll just let them fly with that. Everything over here is not a weird priority, right? Yep, nope, we're good. I would also like to get rid of these two at some point here. That is an area that could be used for like another, this guy, Lido. You probably should have put a Lido in here instead of showers, but the showers satisfied the beavers for their wet needs earlier in the playthrough, so we're all good there. All right, this is a drought. This is a drought. This is a drought. Which means that this is going to empty out. If we had more storage for that would be a good way to go. To see if we could get some more of this metal out of here. How much do we have? Oh, that's so loud. They're so loud. I can't really. I'm trying to see in a way that's not working. It's not working. What is it, like half a tile? It's hard to tell on the dirt blocks. Just over half a tile. So we might be able to get that. Gosh, that was loud. We might be able to get that in a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn that guy on. This guy is on auto. Yes, it is. So we pretty much have gone through 5 days already. Need to get all of that in, so we're good there. And we are still sitting pretty on water. No problems there. We did get our trees taken out, which is good. We are going to have to sneak a ladder or something like that in here for them to get down to these guys. So I'm going to pop priority on that. And let's... No, I don't want to demolish. What am I doing? We were popping priority, not demolishing. We'll do that for right now. I'm wondering if that will extend these ones back here. For these beavers. I'm not quite certain why I paused that one. There was a method for my madness. I know there was, but I can't remember what it is at the moment. No method madness here. We've like rarely used this guy. So this guy does only get to there. That's why we put him in. All right. Another thing I want to look at is, can we start building in some platforms up here? And since we can build on top of impermeable floors, we could theoretically whoosh right over that and then put impermeable floors down and buildings. This is almost empty here, so we could look at right there. See, we've got one very skinny block that is the opening of our egress here. Right there, that one little block. So we could conceivably come in here and open that up a little and make that a little easier to handle. It is gonna mean if we took like this one and this one out, would that help? This one right here, it might actually. If we took those two out, maybe that one. I just don't want us to end up flooding like everything because we've changed the way the water runs. We are on day 12.6. Water is rapidly falling here. We do still have a considerable amount of bad water here, enough that it is not viable for our beavers yet. Can we see how much we have? No, I don't have any blocks right there. We got a quarter of a tile left. We still can't send any beavers down in that. They will if we build a ladder. They will go quite handily. I think we need to actually... No, that's not what I meant. Why do they gotta make that so difficult? Let's use the whatchamacallit. All right. Does it give us a depth on how much water this actually has to have? No, it doesn't. Well, I never understand. Okay. I'm a little bit punchy because I'm really hungry right now. It's very early in the morning and I didn't grab coffee this morning. I just, oops, no. I just grabbed a glass of water. It's not very early, I should say. It was like 5:30 when I woke up this morning, and by the time I putted around, checked, you know, comments to see who I need to mention, we did have a gentleman named, I believe, Max, mention we needed more sluices. Greg said we had hardworking beavers. Blaine just said thank you for the video. So thank you all of you for your comments. By the time I did that, checked what we did last time, you know, all of the things, it was a while before I got started recording. But that meant that by the time we got to now, my tummy is grumbling and I'm starting to get a little punchy from hunger. All right. Aside from that gigantic ramble on on my morning, how are our beavers doing? We are at 10.2 days. left here, so not too bad. This has got to be getting close to nothing. There it is. Okay, let's quick, like bunny. Throw in a ladder here. All right, so we got on top priority this. And then these ones are all on top priority, so as soon as they go... I don't think we actually need these two down here. Come on, let's get that belt. How does it not have a path? There's a... oh, there we go. All right, let's see how much we can expand out of here this time. I think that's why I was putting in more. Was because we didn't get very much. Yeah, why not? Top priority. Top priority on workplace. All right. And unfortunately, in order to see if we can't get a little bit more of that out of there, we are going to up our working hours a little bit. Sorry, beavers. Sorry, beavers, but we're gonna do it. Oh, water up here. How are we doing? We are empty. We are empty. I think we have so much water stored that we're not pumping very much out of here. I don't know if this is something new or if I just never noticed it, but look at the cute little barrels on the corner here. I've never noticed that before. Oh, they got that stair in. Let's get that out of there. In the attempt we can start moving some of our lumber storage to there, then it will mean that we can clear out a little more space on that edge in the green land. Yep, we'll take it. We got the science. We are rolling in science right now. This is such slow going over here. But it's kind of like a long con. It's gonna take a minute. It's gonna take a minute. Alright, I can't remember what our actual plan was for all of these guys. And they're kind of annoying to look at. We'll leave those ones down there. And we kind of need to get an egress path to this side so that they'll start working on this panel too. We got 7 days. Oh, they're working on those ones up there. Maybe we'll be able to get a centrifuge in here soon. That would be really nice. Let's see here. If we did... that guy right there, then we could put maybe not like that. Well, no, if we're gonna if we did like that, maybe. Oh wait, we needed the storage on the other side, didn't we? No, I just want the path. Just the path, please. Nope, not that. Oh, if we do that, we won't be able to go up another level. Why? Because we need that space to be able to put platforms or what you call it over top of that. And it needs 2. So if we did double platforms right there, could we still do it? Maybe. Maybe she says no. It won't let. Oh, maybe if I grab the right. Nope. It won't let you put that under there at all. So maybe we have to rethink that. Could we do an overhang? If we did a single platform here, and then that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It should be a 7, right? So we need, if we did a 3, it's gonna be uneven. It's gonna be uneven if we do that. And then a 4. Once we put stuff on top of it, no one will know that it's uneven, except for when you see the little end of the joint plate right here. All right, come on. Come on, let me pick. Nope, I want the path. What are we doing here? We got 3.7 days. We need to pay attention so that we get our beavers out of there with time to spare. Okay, then booyah! There we go. There we go. Very good, very nice. Very good, very nice. I'm going to pause that guy though, because I have this dread fear that they won't come and put these in, although I don't think they can because that sits on top of them. All right. Ooh, look at how they're going. They're going. This guy can get paused because he can't do anything right now. Go find something else to do. That guy started working on the other side ones. Very good, very nice. Okay, let's go look at how we're progressing over here. They are still working on that. Sweet. We still do have to put in that last guy right there. Wait a second. Do we? I don't think we need this ladder anymore, right? No, he can go away. 2 point. You have 2 point. No, just plain old 2 days left in this dry period. So as soon as they go to bed tonight, we are going to, oh no, do we not have any, we're out of space. We're out of space for, that. We're wasting time. We're wasting time. So as soon as we go to bed tonight, we'll take these out. Now, we do have the lovely Unstuckify mod is back. So theoretically, if we were to wait a little bit longer and do it right at the end, any beavers who got stuck by us pulling out the ladder should theoretically end up, well, that's why, should end up just being yanked out. Just being yanked out, which is a very good thing. So this thing lasts about 20 days with one pump if we get it all the way full. That's what we're seeing here. And we are holding steady at about 43 beavers. So that is a good thing. A very, very good thing. We could use a few more. Okay, there it is. We're gonna go to bed, everybody. And then we are going to demolish. Yes. And we are going to pause all of these. Not that we really need to. Yeah, pause the game. Our water situation is going to be starting to flood everything on the face of the earth because we didn't open anything. I think we're at 6.5 here. This can open. This can open. This one is at like 0.7, I think. These ones, 0.9. This one can go a little lower. 6.5. This one here needs to be open. This can get paused. This guy here needs to come to 1.9. That guy is already paused. Why was he paused? This one needs to go to 0.5. And this one needs to come down. I'm going to take it to 7.5 because it always tries to flood right away. All right. That should be everyone. I never did close that one with this last flood, did I? Nope, I didn't, but it didn't really matter. All right. Let's go to double, make sure that we don't, like, kill anybody off. All right, that puts us at an hour in this episode, a little bit more. So we are going to call it there for today. Once again, I want to thank y'all for the comments that you've been leaving on this series. I appreciate them so much. We are, oops, we're flooding everything, but it's just going to have to live for a minute. I am enjoying talking to y'all in the comments, hearing what you have to say. And I want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh, we can go ahead and unpause that. Maybe that'll pop up in the next episode. All right. So I want to say thank you. Have a great rest of your day and a good weekend. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.